Day 1 of the National Consultative Dialogue on Small-Scale Mining saw a series of interactive sessions which highlighted the myriad of problems in the small-scale mining sector. Leading that session was former Lands and Natural Resources Minister Inus Afuseni. During the segment, speakers outlined from their technical point of view what needed to be done.
We know that unregulated small-scale mining, illegal small-scale mining, pollutes our water bodies. We know that. We have gathered here 5 important, knowledgeable personalities to help us understand exactly, or from their own perspectives, how to deal with the canker of illegal small-scale mining.
We believe that a poor licensing regime has resulted in the mess that we find ourselves in this country. In other jurisdictions, the regulatory authorities ensure that they decentralize the licensing of small-scale miners. That is not the case in this country.
In our analysis of the issues we identified, we came up with 3 big areas. The most significant was the poor, inadequate enforcement, implementation of the laws, regulations that we have. We generally agreed that in terms of laws, in terms of policy, in terms of institutions, Ghana could rank very highly globally. But then the problem is, to what extent have we enforced the requirements of this? That was the most significant finding that we made.
What we have to ask ourselves is, how do we get viable place for them to work? Right. Now, as a nation, we have not done geological investigation of some of these areas. As for the block-out areas, they are there. So we will need to look for money, and I believe that by the time we'll be leaving here after 2 days, we will come to terms with the hard truth that, look, we have to find money in one way or the other to give to an institution that has a capacity. I'm talking about geological survey. They have the capacity to investigate some of these areas.
In the past, we realized that a blockout will come and the Small Scale Miners Association, per the law, you have to belong to an association at the district level to apply for some of these concessions. But most of the time, we don't hear of some of them. Before you are aware, the concessions are gone and none of our members have it. And the number 2 thing I want us to look at is also enforcement of the laws.
Powers from above is actually disrupting this important sector of ours. And like the president said, until we are candid about this whole thing, we'll just be going around in circles. Of course, there are other issues around capacity. The capacity of small-scale miners, the kind of training regime they need to have. I know some training has been done at the University of Mines and Technology, but we need to dip in it. We need to ensure that we have people who have been well-trained and certified, who can provide extension services to small-scale miners on a regular basis. It is so critical. People who are certified should be a part of the condition of the formalization process.
This was followed by input from stakeholders and interested parties.
I believe that the right to create jobs should also be balanced with responsibility. And as a result, I think that in allowing people to have mining rights, we need to make them also responsible and to pay for the pollution that they cause.
We have these sanctions that, from the way it's going, we have not been able to even implement it effectively. Then we have all these talk shops. We come here every day, we dialogue, we go back, it is the same thing. I think it's time that we have a lasting solution to this problem.
The law should be enforced, and those who are not doing the right thing should be sanctioned, rather than lump summing everybody and stopping the activities of those who are doing the right thing.
The 2-day event will see stakeholders in the mining industry trade ideas on how best to end the Galamsey menace in Ghana. In 2017, The president, after media and public pressure, launched a campaign to end illegal mining. Years after the crusade, little can be said of the success of the campaign. The national dialogue under the theme Sustainable Small-Scale Mining for National Development is seen as one avenue where stakeholders can recommend what ought to be done to end galamsey. President Akufo-Addo says Ghana can win the fight against illegal mining when all stakeholders and political actors see it as a national duty.
There are aspects of our national life which are fair subject matters of partisan politics. We must, however, come to the understanding the small-scale mining and the requirement to do away with illegalities in that sector should be beyond partisan politics. Some subjects simply cannot be part of our everyday politicking, and I urge this forum to insist that illegal small-scale mining and matters relating to it should be one of such issues requiring national effort. Government has a major responsibility to this end, as we are accountable for the stewardship of this sector, as indeed we are of all other sectors of national life. I am determined to enforce the laws on illegal mining, no matter the subject, high or low. I will, however, not act on hearsay or mere allegations without more. I will not hesitate to act, though, where the evidence is hard before the police, and I will do so irrespective of the standing of the person or persons involved. That is the true meaning of equality before the law.
Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abu-Jinapor, whose ministry is spearheading the dialogue, says recommendations that will be arrived at will be fully implemented.
Government recognizes the complexity of this industry. We recognize that there are lessons to be learned, and there's still a lot more work to be done. That is why this national consultative dialogue must be undertaken on the basis of honesty, candor, and with an attitude of constructiveness. We believe and hope that out of the deliberations of this forum, a consensual roadmap can be fashioned out, which should enjoy broad-based national support. The report which will come out of this, hopefully will pass the usual scrutiny and rigor of the Akufo-Addo cabinet. That whatever set of measures that will emanate from the deliberations over the course of the next 2 days, if approved by government, will be implemented diligently, dispassionately, and with a great sense of integrity and urgency.